right. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, listen, you might be in trouble because I'm getting comfortable sitting here and I'm getting comfortable telling these stories and talking to you. Even if you're not interested, even if you think you know everything you need to know about your life, there isn't anything you need to do or change in your life. I can go ahead and throw that idea right off the tracks here in just a second by asking you one question. Are you doing your best? I'll give you a minute. I mean, are you doing your best? Any aspect of your life? Are you being your best self as a parent? Are you being your best self as a partner? Are you being your best self as an employee? Chances are you're not. See, that's the part of this that I have a little heartburn with, is that I know that no matter where your life is right now, there is a way to improve on it. There's a way for you to go, okay, what now? What can I do now? And chances are you're not doing it. Now, you will say you are. You will say, oh man, I'm working hard and I got all these bills and I work and then I come home and that's all I do. And I got this big house to take care of and all this stuff to take care of. And I get up every day at 4 o'clock and you don't understand, man. I work 2 jobs. Rah, rah. Yeah. I didn't ask you if you're busy. The question isn't, are you busy? Because we're all busy. The question is, are you doing your best at it? See, you're engaged. I mean, I found something out. I discovered something. I used to hate painting, and I still do. If I have to choose, the last thing I'm ever going to choose is to pick up a paintbrush. But I'm getting our house ready to sell. In 2016, we liquidated all of our assets and we hit the road. We're full-time RVers, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Yes, I live in a trailer house, and it's not cool for some people, but I dig it. Not because it's a mansion, but because it gives me access to the things in my life I want to do, right? But so I'm having to clean up and do paint and all this and that. And amid that, I kept thinking, oh, this sucks. But I found this little trick. I found out that when I paint and I pick that paintbrush up and I look at that brush as a tool to do the best job possible, all of a sudden, all that angst and that anxiety and that frustration because there are so many other things I want to do goes away. It just disappears. It just, poof, it's gone. And that's when I was able to paint, to do my best work. See, just because your life isn't where it's supposed to be, just because you feel downtrodden, for whatever reason you are not being uplifted or lifting yourself up and achieving the things you want to do, the question you have to ask yourself is, are you doing the best you can? Are you doing your best at what you're doing right now? And I guess my suggestion would be, or my guess would be, that you're probably not. See, I'm doing the best I can right now. I don't know if you go back and you look at all the stuff that's on the history of everything I've done in this quest to help you live a better life, to help the world live a better life and learn to capture more of the things they love. This is my best until I get better. But the thing about it is that you may not notice as I keep showing up and I keep doing it. What's cool about it is, unlike me who puts it out publicly, I'm in the public eye and I'm being scrutinized for what my best is. And there are a lot of people who say, well, that's not good enough. In the things that you're doing, you don't have to do that. It's a private thing. Are you doing your best at being a husband? I mean, think about it. I try, but in relationships are two-sided, so that's a tough one. Sometimes you do your best and you don't get your best back. And what happens, it makes you want to put your shield up. Or maybe it makes you want to just do better. See, no one ever got a divorce because their partner was giving them too much or being too kind or being too considerate, or, see, I can't believe it. All she ever did was rub my back and had sex with me when I wanted it. She gave it to me, and dishes, and she was always there. And no matter how bad a day I had or how deep in the pit I was, she showed up and she told me she understood and she listened. You can push someone who's not sure about you into loving you. You just got to be lovable, right? That job you hate, the job you hate, that's not a reason for you not to do your best. In fact, if you hate that job, that's all the reason to do your best, because doing your best secures that position and it drives you to want more. By being engaged and embracing what your possibilities are within your current situation, you gain energy that drives you to what you want. If you don't do your best at that job, be all you can be, and then say, okay, I'm doing the best I can, maybe that's your opportunity to jump because your credentials are there. You can say, yeah, look what I did. Look what I created in something I don't like. Can you imagine what you could do if, in fact, you woke up one day and you started focusing on something you did like, or you were able to go to a job that inspired you, that drove you to want more? I love it. I love it. I have these conversations, and the first thing I hear from a lot of people when I have a conversation, I generally make a suggestion, and I haven't gotten real good at drawing you into making your own conclusions. I'm still more of a teller to doer, if you will. Spent my whole life telling people what to do. From the time I was 19 years old, I spent my whole life, I've told people what to do. At 19, I got the position as a labor foreman on a concrete crew. We was doing the punch list. We was doing a bunch of stuff that needed to be done. And here I'm 19 years old. It was the first time I had ever worked concrete. And the owner of the company comes up to me. He says, we're promoting you to foreman. Here's your list. Get it done. And I'm supervising guys that are 40, 50 years old. And I'm a 19-year-old snot-nosed kid. But what happened was, even though the job sucked, even though no one loves concrete, well, there's a few people, I guess, but most people don't love concrete. But there I was in it, I was going for it, I wasn't afraid to make decisions, I was doing what needed to be done because I was trying to be my best at that job. And look how it paid out. I got a raise. And then I got on with the company and stayed on with the company for nearly 5 years. What in your life are you doing your best at? You know how you can tell when someone's doing their best at their life? Is when they have a house and it has a yard and it has grass and there's rocks, and when you pull up you see that the grass is cut and there aren't any weeds in the rocks, and everything is in order. See, we seem to think that, and even I've spent a lot of time thinking about this and talking about this, but we seem to think that the indication for doing your best has to do with doing what you love. No, doing your best is a standard of success that you can apply to the things you love. But just because you don't love doing the lawn work or the house, you still do your best at it. Because it's training for where your level is, where you operate. People who do their best, Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith, Chuck Norris, Chuck Liddell, Dr. Fauci, Donald Trump. A vast array of different people. What do they have in common? They did their best. That is Oprah Winfrey's best. Is she looking for more? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, she's looking for that next thing that someone hasn't done, that next achievement. It's not about money. It's about success. It's about mastering this thing called life to the point that you choose your own destiny. What in your life are you doing that's your best? What do you wake up and you focus and do your best at every day? Pick it. Pick one thing. Be your best at kindness. Be your best at understanding. Be the best listener that you can be. Try it. Try it. Here's an idea for you before we go. I'm going to cut this one probably a little bit short, but here's an idea before we go. I was thinking out there. I'm thinking, imagine if everyone in the world just stopped on social media, and every time that they went to get on social media, instead they did something to further a dream or goal they had personally. Let's say, take it from me now. I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't been on social media much. I throw a couple pictures up now and then, not doing a lot of writing, a lot of talk, and not a lot of interaction, because that time is too valuable to me. I don't have 20 minutes times 50 throughout the day to waste on an application that look at something that does not help me live my best life. Doesn't help me become a better podcaster. Doesn't help me become more connected with you. You want to test the water. It's a nice 2-for-1 on this one, because a lot of us believe that somehow our life will be worse if we don't spend every day on social media, if we don't go on social media every day. And I'm challenging you to take a look at that for what it really is. Because the truth is that I bet if you go off of social media for 30 days, you won't even notice it. You won't even notice that it's gone at the end of that 30 days. And what's more than that is all that time you spent looking at that screen that's telling you nothing, that's doing nothing to improve your life. You could actually be looking at a screen that does. You could actually be talking to someone who is working with you to make your life better, to live your best life. But the question is, are you really doing your best? Are you doing your best? I got to say I'm not. I am here. I woke up every day and I do more. I guess I could spend more time to this, but I'm trying to find balance between giving you what I think you need and sharing my story with you, and of course the time I spend reflecting on myself and growing as a person and the other things in my life. I'm still looking at that river that's right out my back door here and thinking about, I want to go kayaking. I just want to scoot down the river real slow and look for fish, look for wildlife. Get in my head about how amazing this world is. Get in my head about how amazing my family is, and get in an attitude of gratitude. Spend some time being thankful. It's not perfect, and no matter where you are in your life and no matter how hard you work, there will always be something that you're not where you want to be. And that's the perfect reason to jump in every day with both feet. To jump in every day and tell yourself, you know what? Maybe I won't get there. Maybe I won't get there. But I'm going to do my best. Look at your life, all the things in your life. It isn't a matter of how you feel about those things in your life. Is your life in order? Are you doing your best with your finances? You wake up every day, and granted, maybe you don't own a fancy house. Maybe you're renting a house. Are you doing your best to take care of that house, to make it the best experience possible, to allow what you have to grow and to capitalize on the shit you have? That's what it's about in the end. And it all starts by doing your best. So I hope it resonates with you. I really work at this. Maybe sometimes I spend too much time thinking about it. But you guys are worth it. So who's going to say it? Who's going to say, you know what? It's okay to not be famous. It's okay to not have fancy shit. What's not okay is to wake up with a ball and chain around your neck with a life that you have no choices in, or that you don't believe you have choices in. Because we all have choices. The issue is, can we find the energy to find those choices and to pursue them? And we can, and it begins with being the best at what you are. Show up every day and do your best at the things that are right there in front of you. You don't have to worry about where you're going. Take care of where you're at to extreme, to the point that it is done. And guess what that'll do? That will take you to the next level. So think about that. I hope it's working for you. I am hoping that you'll stay tuned. Check me out on, if you're listening to this on Podbean or on any of the podcast apps, be sure you go by go by YouTube and check it out, because I am there. Every one of these podcasts, or most of them, I think like 98% of them, are videoed as well. I would appreciate a subscribe, a like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the podcast that you are listening to, or on the app that you're listening to. I'm just doing my best. I'm going to show up every day for you, because you're worth it, because it's worth it for me, because I wake up every day and I look at my life, and maybe I don't always see it, but I try to always embrace the amazing life that I have and the blessings that I have. And if I can just come up with one sentence or one thing that inspires you to wake up and feel that same way and be energized, that's a win for me. So until next time, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.